year, when I was about to turn 70 and a half, I realized that I would have to start withdrawing funds from my IRA and the pension fund that I had established some years back. So I asked my son, who was a tax attorney, how much would I be required to take out each year from this thing? And his answer, which he said was determined by the IRS, is 1/27th of the amount in the accounts that in 2011. 1/26th in 2012, 1/25th the next year, and so on. How on earth, I wondered, did IRS come up with these numbers? The answer? By our government's calculations, a 70-year-old woman can expect to live another 27 years. Wow, I said. In 27 years, I'll be 97. Are they kidding? No, they're not kidding. The idea is that by the time I die, if I make it to 97, I should have used up all my savings. Then I suddenly began to worry. What if I live to 100 or longer? Like the folks I had recently written about in my column in the New York Times. It's not inconceivable, considering how I've lived my life thus far, and how I expect to continue living until someone upstairs decides that she has other plans for me. My husband always said, whenever somebody said about God, he said, she doesn't give a damn. Now, if IRS is correct, and the average 70-year-old American woman can expect to live to 97, that means, since half will die before that age, half will live even longer than 97. But to my mind, being alive and living are two different things. I'm sure that none of you relish the idea of remaining alive for years in a decrepit condition, unable to enjoy the people and activities that have made your life worth living. Now, in the next 40 minutes or so, I will summarize what current evidence shows is most likely to help you reach a ripe old age in the best possible health. And when I say evidence, I mean the findings of solid medical and sociological research. Not hearsay, not commercial propaganda, and not what the local health food store may have tried to sell you, or your friends may have tried to convince you that you have to take. But before I go into details, I'd like to do a test of your current health and fitness IQ. Now, don't raise your hands or yell yay or nay. I don't want you to be embarrassed in front of your friends. But think about which of these questions you might answer yes to. Number one, do you think that eating healthfully means a life of deprivation and self-denial? 2, do you think that the damage has been done and there's really nothing you can do right now to reverse it? 3, do you think that because your eyesight or your hearing is fading, you're going to have to give up reading, watching TV, doing puzzles, enjoying the theater? 4, do you think that if you want to remain healthy, you have to give up eating red meat? 5, did you sigh with relief to learn that fiber doesn't prevent colon cancer, thinking now you can go back to eating Rice Krispies instead of All Bran? 6, do you think you're just too old to exercise? And anyway, exercise just makes you hungrier, so what's the point in doing it? 7, do you think you're too sick or too lame to exercise? 8, do you think that supplements are the secret to keeping your thinking clear and your memory intact? 9, having heard that olive oil is good for your heart, are you now sprinkling it on everything you eat as if it was holy water? And number 10, and here's where I get the women. Do you think the advice to drink 8 glasses of water a day is really a myth concocted by the toilet paper manufacturers? Now, if you've answered yes to any of those 10 questions, I hope you will listen carefully to the rest of my talk.